say the realm has never known such peace. 10 years. Imagine that. 10 years without a war, without a winter, without a Lannister scheming in the shadows. Well, not this Lannister at least. It's quite the sight, really. King's Landing bustles with trade. The orchards overflow with fruit. Fields yielding harvests that would make old Farmer Maggot weep with joy. Even the north enjoys a temperate warmth. In the taverns they call it the Golden Age of Westeros. No more rebellions, no more plots. Just quiet, all-seeing justice. Makes me wonder if there's really even a need for a hand anymore. Bronn certainly seems content counting his gold. Davos keeps the ship sailing, Samwell buries his nose in scrolls. It's all so orderly. I wake up each morning with a sneaking suspicion that my father would find this peace unsettling. Even in paradise there must be serpents, right? Shadows lurking beneath the surface, somewhere? Which makes me miss Varys if I'm being honest. The realm's a bit too quiet without his whispers. A little less interesting. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I've grown too accustomed to chaos, to the thrill of the game. Jaime would laugh at that, wouldn't he? He always did see the absurdity of it all. I wonder what he'd make of this piece. Would he find it dull? Or embrace it with that easy smile of his? Cersei? Well, Cersei would find a way to burn it all down, wouldn't she? She couldn't stand to see anyone else's happiness last. Perhaps it's their absence that makes this piece feel so fragile, like a goblet, balanced on a knife's edge. One wrong move, and it all shatters. What do you think, Your Grace? Your Grace? "28 days. 28 days since Bran the Broken vanished, like a wisp of smoke in the wind. One moment he was there, the next, poof. The council chamber still smells faintly of weirwood. I can almost hear the creak of his chair, the soft rustle of his robes. But the seat is empty. The room is silent. And the realm, well, the realm has no idea. Thank the gods. But how long can that last? Bronn jokes about a king who doesn't need feeding or clothing. Davos tries to reassure me, with tales of storms, weathered and seas calmed. Yet Grand Maester Samwell, with all his knowledge, offers no comfort. He just stares at me with those wide, worried eyes, as if I hold the answers. But the truth is, I'm as lost as the rest of them. Bran didn't just leave. He didn't abdicate. He didn't die. He simply ceased to be. And now the weight of the Six Kingdoms rests on my shoulders. My dwarfish shoulders. Me who never wanted power. Who has seen firsthand the corrosive nature of ambition. What do I do now? How long can we maintain this charade? How long before the whispers turn to shouts, the rumors ignite rebellion? How long before Bronn decides that a vacant throne is an opportunity too good to pass up? That viper Manfred Martell slithers out of the shadows with a poisoned dagger. The realm needs a king, a leader, a protector. But how do you choose a king when the old one hasn't died? When he's simply vanished? The laws are silent on such matters. The precedents are lost to history. And the very thought of that cursed chair, of another bloody struggle for power, it chills me to the bone. All I feel is the crushing weight of responsibility and the growing certainty that a storm is coming.
Forgive the intrusion, Lord Hand.
A storm unlike any Westeros has ever seen.
Lord Hand.
Yes, Podrick, what is it?
There's a visitor here from Volantis. The Red Priestess Kinvara requests an audience. She says she has a message for you, and you alone, from the Lord of Light.
High Priestess Kinvara. Volantis agrees with you, it seems. You radiate a certain fiery glow.
The Lord of Light's fire burns bright within us all, Lord Tyrion. Though some flames slumber, hidden in the shadows.
I confess, I'm surprised to see you here. You were quite adamant about remaining in Volantis when last we spoke. Something about the sacred heart of the faith, if I recall correctly. What divine wind has brought you to King's Landing?
The Lord of Light works in mysterious ways. His will is a flame that illuminates the darkest paths, guides us through storms, and reveals truths long hidden.
Cryptic as ever, High Priestess. But I'm a busy man. Wars to prevent, trade agreements to negotiate, a realm to govern. Perhaps you could enlighten me as to the purpose of your visit. Shouldn't you be seeking an audience with the king, and not his hand?
I have journeyed across the narrow sea to deliver a message, Lord Tyrion. Knowledge not meant for the king, nor the court, but for you. A truth that burns within your very blood.
My blood, I assure you, High Priestess, there's nothing special about my blood. A dash of arbor gold and Dornish red, perhaps. Maybe a touch of shade of the evening.
You are not who you believe yourself to be. You are not Tywin Lannister's son.
I'm sure he would be thrilled to hear that. If he was still alive, that is.
You are Tyrion Targaryen, born of the blood of the dragon. The Mad King, King Aerys Targaryen, 17th king of the Targaryen dynasty, was your father.
A Targaryen? You're serious? Look, I appreciate the dramatic flair, but even for a follower of R'hllor, this seems a bit far-fetched.
The Lord of Light does not deal in falsehoods. He revealed this truth to me in the flames. The Mad King lusted after your mother, even as she stood at the side of Tywin Lannister.
While she stood at the side of Tywin Lannister? Well, that must have made for some awkward lovemaking.
King Aerys was a dragon. Whatever he desired, he would claim for himself. He defiled Joanna, leaving within her a seed of fire in the lion's den. And your father, Lord Tywin, he knew the truth. It festered within him, fueling his hatred. You were a constant reminder of his wife's violation at the hand of the Mad King. Your birth the result of her death. A Targaryen heir he was forced by family honor to raise beneath his roof.
A Targaryen? Gods, what a bloody joke. No wonder the old man hated me. He probably wanted to strangle me in the wet nurse's hands before he even saw me, only to discover I was a dwarf too. Imagine that. The look on his face. I wish I could have been there to see it. Oh wait, I was.
This is no laughing matter, Lord Tyrion. The world stands on a precipice, teetering on the brink of annihilation. And only you, a Targaryen of the blood of the dragon, can stand against the coming darkness. It is your destiny.
Destiny? What destiny does a dwarf have other than to drink and know things?
An awakening darkness will soon consume all light and life. He is the stallion who mounts the world, the harbinger of the endless night, the great other.
The great other? Is that what you call it now? The Night King was the great other, and we defeated him.
You see only the surface. The Night King was but a pawn, a herald of the darkness. The true enemy yet remains, and only you, a Targaryen of the blood of the dragon, can stand against it.
Forgive my skepticism, High Priestess Kinvara, but everything you've told me thus far sounds absolutely preposterous. I am a Targaryen. The Night King is but a pawn. We fought your great war. We watched friends die, cities burn. We saw the Night King fall. Winter has ended. If there's another enemy lurking in the shadows, then why hasn't our all-seeing king shared this vision with us?
King Bran is gone.
Gone? What do you mean? I assure you, High Priestess, King Bran is doing just fine.
No. King Bran is lost to us. The three-eyed raven has flown beyond the storm, seeking answers, a way to avert the coming darkness. But the future, it holds its secrets close. He is trapped, Lord Tyrion, lost in a world of grass.
A world of grass. It almost sounds more boring than peace. Almost.
The great other is coming. I have seen the fires dim. His darkness will enshroud the world forever.
Well, that does put a damper on my plans for next week.
You are the last dragon, Tyrion Targaryen. You are Azor Ahai, the prince who was promised, reborn amidst salt and smoke, destined to wield the sword of fire that will fight back the darkness. Only you and you alone can save this world from the endless night. I pledge to you my service, my faith, and my life.
I pledge to you my service, my faith, and my life. She bows her head, the firelight dancing in her eyes. And I am left speechless. A Targaryen, the prince that was promised. Me? And I'm supposed to believe that? Take it on what? Faith? She sees a hero in the flames? A savior? A dragon? All I see is a dwarf. A man who has always felt more comfortable in the shadows, with a goblet of wine in his hand and a witty remark on his lips. But what if she's right? What if Bran is truly lost, trapped in that world of grass? He was the only one who could learn the truth. And now he's gone, leaving me Hand of the King, protector of the realm. Gods, the irony, the line of succession. It technically leads to me the dwarf, the outcast, the last Targaryen. The king? Me? I can already hear the whispers, the laughter, snide remarks in the corridors of power. The imp on the Iron Throne. What next, a monkey as master of coin? But there is no Iron Throne, only a vacant chair, and a council of bewildered souls, none of whom suspect the truth. The weight of it all threatens to crush me. We'll have to hold a king's moot, gather the lords of the great houses, let them squabble and scheme, spill blood for a crown that was never meant for me. Unless Kinvara is right. Maybe there's a truth to her words, a fire in my blood that I've never acknowledged. She knew about Bran. What else did she know? The prince who was promised. Azor Ahai, a sword of fire to vanquish the darkness. Is this my destiny? I look out the window at the city bathed in the golden light of sunset. A realm at peace. A peace that suddenly feels so fragile, so easily shattered. Perhaps those serpents, those shadows I longed for. Perhaps they were already here, coiled beneath the surface, beneath my skin, waiting to strike. The sky. It's turning a deep crimson like a sea of blood. Perhaps it will rain. And that shape on the horizon, no, it can't be.